Hello, are you ready to get crafty? I'm gonna make a vintage truck today. I'm gonna go ahead and decorate it with these cute little decals. Actually, they're transfers, so let's get started. These are wooden trucks. They're two-sided. They are a great surface to work with. They're solid, they're heavy, they stand on their own, and they're amazing. Look how cute they are. Okay, so what we have in here as far as a transfer is we have ways to decorate it, and we are actually going to do layers for this. We're going to layer on the transfers. So here is going one direction, and here's going the other direction. Notice that you can decorate both sides. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's always nice to be able to see both sides of something, I think. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut apart this transfer using my transfer trimmers. And we'll get started. We've got some great colors to use. Now, of course, you can use any colors that you would like. It's up to you. I have chosen colonial blue, a shimmer silver, candy apple red, black, and I also have out this papaya, which is kind of a pumpkin color. We'll see how this all goes. Let me get my comment pinned for you guys. The word of the day is going to be truck. Comment the word truck and check your messenger, and you'll get a link to all the products that I've used today. And you can take a look, see if it's something that you are interested in, and you can go from there. Order any supplies you'd like, change it up. It's up to you. And I'm almost done. Okay. All right, so you should be able to see it now. Oops, I didn't pin it. Let me pin it. Okay, so on these transfers, these are layering, and if you notice right here in the corner, this one has a small number 1 right there, and this one has a 2. That's the order that you're going to do these in. So we're going to go ahead and do number 1 first, and these are reusable sticky transfers, and they are reusable for up to 8 to 12 times, depending on how good you take care of them. Since they are sticky, we want to lessen that sticky a little bit, and I'm going to do that by putting it on my clothes, but you could use a towel, a fuzzing cloth, anything that you would like. I'm going to lay this transfer on my surface, making sure that it fits just right. I think it could probably go over just a little bit more. Okay, then I'm going to smooth it down really good, making sure that there's not any air bubbles around the silk screen. The silk screen is the wide area that you can see through. That's where your paste is going to go onto the surface. It's going to go through the silk screen and onto the surface. So I'm going to make sure there's not any air bubbles. And the first color that I'm going to use today is going to be the shimmer silver. So to apply this, I just get a small squeegee. It's a silicone squeegee. I get a small amount of this shimmer silver, and the shimmers are so nice, guys. They're shimmery, they just glide on, they add a little bit of shine to your decoration. They're a lot of fun. So shimmer silver is what we're using on the base of this one. You want to make sure that your paste is the consistency of yogurt or sour cream, and if it's not, you will want to add a little bit of distilled water and mix it in really well. And other than that, you're just buttering toast. You're just gliding this paste right over your transfer, getting it all applied to that silk screen. And then you're just kind of going to take off the excess paste and put it back in your jar. Just pick it up, and I'm also kind of evening out some of the lines in it while I do this. Okay, we're ready to peel and reveal. Let's peel it up and see what it looks like. Are you guys ready? Oops, there's a little blob right there. Okay, here we go. Look at how nice that came through. Look at our little truck. That's layer 1. Look how easy that was. Love it so far. All right, I'm just gonna put my transfer aside and we're gonna go ahead and dry this up. I've got a drying tool right here. We're gonna dry this layer because we wanna make sure it's good and dry before we put our next layer down. How many of you love vintage trucks? I think they're so cool, especially in fall decorating. This paste does dry really quick, but we do want to make sure it's dry. As you hop on, please say hello. If you're catching the replay, please type in the comments #replay so I know that you watched. I'd appreciate it very much. I did want to tell you guys that these truck transfers are both the block and the transfers are on the last chance tab right now. So it's a good time to purchase these. They're on sale. They are just a fun decor for different holidays. They can stand alone by themselves. And I think they're really fun. They've been very, very popular. So remember they're on the last chance tab. Type in truck. You will get a link to all the supplies, and that will also give you the sale price on this truck and the transfer. You'll want to get it before they go away because they just, once they run out of stock, they're out of stock. Okay, now we're going to figure out which one of these. Okay, it's this one. So I'm looking for the number 2 and go in the right direction. So I'm going to take it off of the backer. And I'm going to fuzz it. Actually, what I should do is I should apply some paste on this. Since this is a wood surface and I just added this layer of paste, which I'm going to dry again, still feels kind of cold, like it's still wet. I'm going to add a layer of our surface wax on here. And what the surface wax is going to do is it's going to protect our surface so that it won't harm it, and it'll protect our transfer from stretching when we pull it up. But if you don't wax over, it could pull up some of your existing paste that you just put down, and it can also pull up some of your wood. So we're just going to put a light layer of this on, just to protect it. And this is like a wax on, wax off process. So put a light layer on, not too heavy, because if you have lumps, you're going to get bleeding. So a light layer. And then I'm going to kind of buff it off. And actually I can see this was still a little wet because it's kind of spreading some of the paste, but it adds to the vintage look to it. So that's okay. Okay, so we're going to put our next transfer down. And we're going to lay it right over our truck. And we can see through this, so we're going to be able to see exactly where to put it. We're going to line it up as best we can. Okay, so that one's done. I'm lining up these circles in the wheels, hoping that that'll line the rest of it up. Smooth it down. Now can you see where the new paste, the new color, which is going to be the blue, is going to go? It's going to go wherever it's white in this silk screen. Actually, I can do the wheels black as well. Let's do the wheels black right now. I'm going to get just a small squeegee. Here's one that I had cut apart before, so I'm going to use it and do my black wheels. Now it was really smooth. Okay. Take off any excess. And this does dry pretty fast, and you don't want it to dry on your silk screen, but I think we're okay to go ahead and continue pasting on our blue. So I'm going to fill up my silicone squeegee with the blue and paste it over all the white areas in my screen. And I did pick up a little bit of black in my blue, so it's just kind of streaking through. But once again, I think it's going to add to the vintage look of the truck, kind of like a scrape or it's been repainted. And we'll see how this turns out. So take up the layer, any excess paste, smooth it on there smoothly. And let's peel and reveal. Are you ready? Here we go. Man, that's pretty awesome. I like it a lot, guys. What do you think? Vroom, vroom. Okay. Put that aside. We'll clean it in just a minute. We're going to do the other side, but I've got to dry this side first. How's your day going, everybody? I hope you're having a fun day. I know some of our local schools have gone back to school today. It's their first day of school. So that's a day of excitement. I expect all the children to come home and have great stories to tell about their day. And the teachers, I expect to come home and crash. I want to make sure this is good and dry because we're going to flip it over and do the other side. Actually, guys, I'm going to set this aside and let it dry on its own for just a second. We're going to use the other set of transfers that go for the other side. But one thing I did want to show you that is not, part of it's available, part of it's not. And that is this accessory kit for this. What this consists of is a big block of wood, and it's going to be a stand for your truck. And then it also comes with these two little decorative pieces, and you can use this transfer. Now the transfer is not available, so if you, the block set is, but the transfer is not, and this is what it says. So on the blocks you can actually do the Welcome Autumn, Over the River and Through the Woods, Loads of Love, which could be used for Valentine's Day, Farm Fresh Produce, and then you can see that you have both sides of watermelons, both are those? No, those are pumpkins. Both sides of pumpkins, both sides of watermelons, hearts, and a Christmas tree. So this would be a fun one to use to display some of this. So I think right now we're going to go ahead and use Welcome Autumn, and we'll use the pumpkins. But remember, this is not available right now. So if you got this accessory kit, you would have to find some other way to accessorize it and get the chalk on there, unless you could find a transfer available for sale somewhere else. Okay, that was kind of hard. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, this was really stuck. Use my transfer scissors again. I'm going to cut off the Welcome Autumn. And we'll use that. And then we'll also use the pumpkins. These other ones I can do at any time, but I just wanted to kind of do a fall decoration for you guys today and show you how that works. In case you can find the this transfer. They are really cute, and it is last chance everything, except this is not available, the transfer, but you may be able to find it from somewhere else. So I wanted to show you how this works in case you were interested in doing that. And we're just going to use one of these blocks for the Welcome Autumn and one of these for the pumpkins. And once again, we can do two sides of the pumpkins. So I'm going to go ahead and do Welcome Autumn. I'm going to center this on this block. And we're going to do it in the, I think it's the papaya color. So once again, I'm going to fuzz it on my pants. You can do this several times, but I don't think it's going to harm it right now. And I'm going to try to center it. I think that looks pretty good. So let's make sure this is papaya. Yeah, it is papaya. So I'm going to get my little squeegee. And I'm just going to apply this just like I did the other stuff. And I think this is a great color for autumn. Apply it, remove the excess. And we can peel it off. Ta-da! I'm going to let this just kind of sit over here instead of drawing it. And then I'm going to get my next little block, and I'm going to do the pumpkins as well in papaya. Peel it off, apply some fuzz, apply it to your surface. Maybe up a little higher. Get my papaya paste and smooth it on. So once again, the wood pieces to this accessory kit are available, but the transfer is not. But that doesn't mean that you couldn't apply something different to this. You could even hand paint it if you wanted to, or do whatever. If you could make it work, I just want to show you what one of the options was. And I hate to show you anything that's not available, but look how stinking cute it turns out. So awesome. Awesome. And so you can do this for, I'm going to do both sides of this one. But you can also do the, let me show you what else is available. Pumpkins. Okay, so then you could also do the watermelons, and you can do the hearts, and you can do the tree. So we've got my pumpkin down. Now the other side of this would be the watermelons. So I want to show you, once again, we had a 1 and we have a 2. So we're going to layer over the top of this with number 2. So once again, we want to dry it. And we're going to want to put some wax over it. Okay, so we're going to get our wax again. Surface wax is what it's called. Just a little bit to protect our surface and our transfer. We're going to go over the top of it very lightly. Wax on, wax off. And then this one, remember how we have a number 2 in the corner here? That's the second layer. So we're going to put this on top. Match it up. What am I doing? Am I doing this right? Let's see. am I having trouble? Okay, that's that. What's this big pumpkin? So I just want to see white through here. So if I can get this one lined up, I can see white through there. It's tricky, guys. White, 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 white. Okay, so that's the white there. And that's going to be right there. Okay, let's give it a try. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, guys, but we'll give it a try. Smooth it on. Take off the excess and clean it up a little bit. And let's peel it off and let's cross our fingers that this is okay. Well, we did miss it a little bit, but it's kind of cute still. Yeah, this one was a tough one to line up a little bit, so it is a little off, but it's still cute. Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside so I can clean it as well. And let's go ahead and make sure our truck is dry on this side. Looks good. We're gonna flip it over. And we're gonna get our other side, number one. We're gonna do this one black and red. Black and red. Okay, buzzing on my pamphlet. Lift it up and put it down. So let's see, we're gonna do a black body, and actually I'm gonna get a bigger squeegee. A black body with red, let's see, with red doors. How's that? Yeah. Okay. Smooth on our black. It doesn't take a whole lot of paste, guys, and what I do is I try to move some where there's excess and move it along to the other end so I don't have to go back into my jar. If I don't have to, it doesn't matter if I do, but it's just the thrifty part of me, making sure I use what I have. Take off the excess, smooth out the lines. Let's peel it up. I like it. I like it, guys. It's dry and then we'll do the red doors. Wipe my hands a little bit. So when you used to think of vintage trucks, what colors did you envision? Silver, blue, black, pink? You can make a pink truck? You can make this totally teal. I would have loved to have done teal. But maybe on my next one I'll do teal. This one I think I centered a little bit better than the first one. And you can tell when this is drying because it turns into more of a matte color instead of the shiny spots, they disappear. You do want to make sure it's really dry because when we do the wax, it'll smear like it did before. And we're almost done. Okay, we're going to apply some wax. Just lightly. Okay, and then we're going to put our second layer on top. Line it up. Oops. That one moved completely. Now the sticky on the back does help it stay put, so that's why these transfers are amazing, because they are sticky and they do remain sticky for up to 8 to 12 uses. Okay, we're going to get the red this time. And let's apply. The wheel, I wonder if we want the wheel. I'm going to make the wheel, let's make it red as well, because the black won't show up on black. So we'll make it red. Now can you see, I'm going to clean this up a little bit, but can you see how like there's a little bit of a white spot like right here? Either that's a place where wax is built up too high, or it's an air bubble. Oops. So we'll see what happens with that. We may need to repair that. Okay, let's take off this paste, the transfer, and let's see what we have. Ah, look at it. Those are like little air bubbles there, but you know what? I kind of like it. What do you guys think? Do you mind those little spots like there? I don't mind them. I think they're pretty cute. So I'm going to leave those. I'm going to go ahead and cap up my jars of paste. They do dry pretty quickly, and so I do like to cap them as soon as I'm done when I have a fan on overhead like I do right now. So I'm going to clean these up. Put them aside and we'll begin the cleanup a little bit. Let's dry this. And we're almost done, guys. Okay, I'm going to stop right there and let it kind of dry on its own. Notice how these can stand up by themselves. Oh, I got kind of edges messy. I can clean that up later. But what I wanted to do is show you guys how to clean these transfers, because it is such an important part of making these reusable. So what you're going to do is you're going to get each one of these and you are going to spray them with water. This is just regular water. I've got several more pieces here, but I'll get these started. Now, since these are dark colors, the red and the black are very dark, I'm going to go over them with the paper towel first. Just get off as much as I can. Before I use my board eraser. Now what I have here soaking in water is a board eraser. It's like a magic eraser, except there's not any chemicals. So this is what I'm going to use to further clean these up. And you're trying to get all that paste out of the silk screen. Now I'm going to rinse it off. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip them over and do the other side. Now the other side has adhesive, so I want to be a little more careful, a little more gentle with it. And to tell you the truth, it's not as dirty. Because the paste was applied to the top, so of course the back would not be as dirty. Okay, I'm just going to kind of wipe this for a second, and I'm going to go over the front again. You could take these to your sink and wash them under running water. That's probably the best way to do this, but I wanted to show you guys how to clean them. You would still use your board eraser. And I like to go a couple different directions to make sure I get all that paste out. And if the teal part of your transfer stains, that's okay, but you do want it out of your silkscreen part. So this one, this is the one where the looks we suspected wax. I want to clean that a little bit more. Because next time I want it to go through even better. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe them off to dry them. Both sides. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my backers that they came on. They have a shiny side and a matte side. You're going to put the adhesive side of the transfer to the shiny side of the backer. Clean that one out. That one out. Try this one. Let's see if this one will go on this one. And sometimes it's hard to match them up after you cut them unless you label them, but it'll work. So you're going to smooth them down. I have one more somewhere, this little one. I'm going to apply it, and that's all I'm going to clean for right now because I want to show you guys, I want to wrap up the project. I'll do the rest in the sink. But I did want to show you how to clean it up. So these go back on. They go back in my little cellophane wrapper. I'm going to put all my squeegees in my water. I'm going to take it all back to the sink. I am going to wet this down. Wipe up my paste mess. And if it still looks like it does right now, I am going to get a Clorox wipe and clean this up. And then I'll show you what the finished project looks like, or semi-finished. I realize I didn't do the whole thing, but that's okay. Okay, here it comes. I'm going to put down a piece of paper towel because it's still kind of wet. So here it is. Here's our little truck. Can you guys see it? Our truck, this side. And then our truck, this side. And we have our little pumpkins. So remember, we're going to do watermelons on this side, but we can put it right here. And this is what you have. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty cute. And then we can put it on this side. And I love it. Going to the market. Okay guys, that's it for now. I'll be back on tomorrow. Please watch again if you feel like it. If you love this, please give it a heart. If you know somebody else who would love it, please invite them to watch it. You can share the video. Thank you so much for following my page, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.